Now, I saw this post first on a page on Quora in an online community called It's Okay to Be White, and they mostly post about racist stuff. And as I was scrolling, I saw a post. Well, someone came up with the question. The question was, if there were no black people in America, would America be safer? And surprisingly, many people agreed with the statements that black people are only a minorities of the country, yet they constitute majority of all crimes committed in the USA. Now, this could be taken out of context. This topic is very controversial, and many people try not to dive into this topic. However, I have a few points that I've outlined and I would love to discuss in this video. 1. Crime by ethnicity. We need to first look at the level of organized crime by ethnicity in the mid-20th century. Most organized crime were committed by migrants from Italy who constituted the Italian mafia and carried out gang violence and drug dealings in the streets of the United States of America. As time went on, this culture of gang criminal activity later spread to other ethnicity and later included people of Hispanic and African ancestry. 2. Normalization of drug use. This culture of organized criminal gangs later had a larger influence on the larger society and not only its gang members, as a huge majority of these criminals began to influence the media with their flashy lifestyle. This began to affect the youths of the time who were beginning to feel that in order to feel among their peers, they needed to take drugs. This led to a wave of substance dependencies, combined with the rise of New Age religions that sought to reach higher enlightenment, not by meditation or fasting or obeying some written books. Rather, they sought to reach spiritual ecstasy by taking some psychoactive and psychedelic substance. This normalized the consumption of not just substances like marijuana, but other similar substances as well. 3. Drug and gang violence. Drug became the new gold, but it didn't just start now. Starting from the 19th century, France and Britain, when they became drug lord empires, they began to sell opium to Chinese citizens. And when the government placed sanctions on these trades, they retaliated by sending a party to invade the country and stage a war. I'll make another video detailing this history. Now back to the modern era. The world began to see an increase in drug lords who wanted to cash out on the addiction business. And to protect their interests, they established gangs and armed them to the teeth. Ethnic minorities that were previously disadvantaged saw this as an opportunity to climb up the socioeconomic ladder. And this is where Black and Latino people came into the picture. 4. The result: multiple arrests, dads absent from the family life of their kids because they're either busy with gang activities or spending time in prison. Divided homes due to addiction, financial problems, and abuse. All of this increased the rate of single parenthood. Single parents in turn brought up kids who had very little understanding of a family, and they see gangs as their new family. Dysfunctional and defunct social institutions made it even worse. With no church, people no longer felt a need to be moral or of good conduct. Religion was seen as a problem, but the absence of it created more problems. 5. A lack of trust in the educational sector, since many black people were educated yet were discriminated against during the mid-20th century, and this gave an alternative to legit success. The gang. This made the gangs look like a safe haven of solidarity, and this legacy continued into the 201st century, where more young men were recruited into the gangs. At the end of the day, there's no difference between Diddy and Jeffrey Epstein. Both of them were sexual perverts, despite their different ethnicities.